Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about an interesting little recipe I found out about kind of on accident because I was starving, and we were just we were outside, and so I grabbed a can of beans and I grabbed the chips and I was dumping them in, and I was just sort of eating the chips straight out of the can of beans because I was too lazy to make anything. And I was like, oh, this isn't very healthy. Okay, I'm starving, but I want to eat healthy too. And then I was like, oh wait, look how beautiful the radish greens are. These are just the tops of the radish greens. If you can imagine, this radish green actually goes about, it was about a foot long. And I probably should go show that picture, but for right now, I just want to show you how this recipe, what I did. So I'm sitting here eating the beans and just dumping this, you know, going straight in and just going nom, 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 nom. And I realized, oh, wait a minute, I used to use, especially for people who are allergic to wheat and they can't have tortillas, and there have been times in my life where, I don't remember why, but for some reason I decided to use the greens as a tortilla, or I don't know if it's because my mom was on a diet, but for some reason I remember we used the greens as, oh, I think it was a restaurant we went to where the greens were a tortilla. But I really like the crunch of the chips, so I wanted something, you know, I wanted my crunch and chips, and I could just, you know, have pulled off a tiny piece of this and put it on there. But instead, what I did was I tore off a side of it, and actually, before I wasn't even tearing off the side of it, I was just wrapping it, I was putting it in the center, so like you grab in there, just grab some beans and dip. Yeah, okay, that one failed miserably because I only have one hand here. And just sort of put it in the center. Yum. And then I took some garlic greens and I just sort of folded it up in the center like that. And it was a bigger piece that I had. And so the beans were spread out and the crunch was spread out. And so like this. And then I just sort of wrapped it up. So I, you know, stick some garlic greens in there. I was too lazy to chop them up or cut them up. I was just, you know, I'm hungry, I'm starving, it's out. And I just wanted something quick. So without even bothering chopping any of it up, just get my little, tear off a piece of this, dip in a tortilla, corn chip, fold up some garlic greens, roll it up, and voila, it was really, and I took a bite of it. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was really darn good. It had the tang of the, especially with the radish green, it had a little bit of the spiciness from the radish green, it had the crunch of the corn chip, it has the blandness of the bean to kind of dull out the spiciness of my radish greens, because radish greens and mustard greens can get really spicy. And then it has the garlicky flavor of the garlic greens. And I was actually thinking of, I had some cilantro, maybe sticking some cilantro in there too, without ever even bothering to cut it up. The kitchen, quick, easy snack. This is the reason why I do edible gardening, because sometimes you just want something quick. And I mean, look at this. For the price of $2, I have greens from outside, and you're actually getting a lot more calories and protein and fiber, and it's nutritious and it's yummy. I mean, you cannot ask for anything better. So I highly recommend you learn about edible gardening. Even if you're in the South, you want to start off with it's collard green. And so, I mean, this collard greens right here, I lost most of my yard. If you can look at my yard, it was gone. The freeze killed, I have a lot of tropical plants here in Houston, and the freeze destroyed most, I mean, look at that agave, I think there might be some life into it, maybe, but it's gone. And I mean, I did used to have, this whole area was covered in this edible, which is actually coming back. It's an edible green that you can use for blood sugar, and also I use it as salad leaves throughout the entire summer long. But I mean, and if you learn about the the wild ones, like if you look right in here, all this clover, all this sorrel, this is a beautiful purple flower. I don't know if any of it's flowering right now, but it has a gorgeous purple flower, and then you can have all these plants that are yummy and edible, and they actually look kind of cool. It's very important to my homeowners association that you do not have vegetables in their front yard. It has to be all landscape plants, so everything has to look landscaped, and you probably will have the same thing. In many areas around town, people are getting their lawns dug up because they made it look like a vegetable garden. And you don't have to make it look like a vegetable garden. You can live in an edible oasis without having to make it look like a vegetable garden. You can make it look landscaped. You just have the little white, and you can have your yard. And anyways, we'll do more videos of that kind of stuff later. The point is, look how you can just grab a leaf, wrap it around a corn chip, grab a corn chip, dip it in, plop it in there, stick some garlic greens in there, wrap it up, and you've got a meal. It's incredible, and it's really yummy, and it's really tasty, and I really suggest that you learn. Get some radish seeds. They're supposedly one of the easiest things. I personally prefer the daikon radishes because I like the greens that come from them. I haven't really been really good with the small red radishes, but no, everybody's different. And the garlic greens, you can grow year-round. I don't care where you live. You can grow garlic greens year-round, if nothing else, in a pot in your house, in your kitchen. And you could probably grow these radish greens too, also in your kitchen. All right, well, we'll go over more of that later. Have a yummy, yummy, yummy meal. A little bit of beans, a little bit of corn chips. Have a yummy meal. All right, big hug, squish to everyone. Sorry for my hyperness. I was just really excited by what we came up with. And I'm starving, so I'm gonna go eat. All right, big hug, lots of love. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching videos and seeing all the kinds of fun things we have to share. All right, squish.